My meditation is sleep. That's the time that I'm able to clear my mind and get all the noise out. So that's how I receive. I receive when I wake up from sleep. And it's sometimes and mainly based on what I did the night before. Night before, last night, I was studying some Freud because I think everything is sexual, and I think that Freud had a Jewish and Kabbalistic base. For me, when they talk about the Ein Sof, or Ein Sof, they talk about that everything was or, everything of God was light. And this or was, he experienced himself. For me, this or is what I would call being polymorphous perverse. Everything is sexual. You see? Total or Ein Sof into the self, into the entire body. Because for us, the world is the body. Now, this or Ein Sof, every polymorphous perverse, is that every fiber, every cell is sexuality. You get orgasmic feelings through every cell, and this is the way a child is. And then when Hashem, or whatever level that is up there, wanted to create worlds, he had to create other things. He concentrated that entire sexuality, that polymorphous perverse, into one specific area. And that's the whole of the penis, not the whole W of the penis, the whole HOLE of the penis. So I'm just do that here. He did it into the whole of the penis. And that is the letter Yud into the Botzina de Kartanuta, into one spot. And that is the whole of the penis. And everything comes out of that whole of the penis. So this entire polymorphous perverse was concentrated into the whole of the penis. And he removed himself. And what does that mean? He removed himself equidistant from this whole of the penis. And this is the opening of the vagina. So this is the description of the masculine hole and the feminine hole. And if you want to use the W, fine. The masculine hole and the feminine hole. So we'll call it the whole of the penis, and then the vagina. And he's removed to himself from the outside. So now all his light, all his sexuality is on the outside. And here is an empty space, and that's the hole. Where the drop goes in. So this concentrated drop, this is Yesod. This is that the sexuality was focused from polymorphous perverse into the penis and into the vagina. The dot comes first, in both sense. C-U-M and C-O-M-E. So the whole comes, to be poetic. And so from this is Yesod. And this is also the glyph of the sun, S-U-N, which is also poetic because it's S-O-N. That's how a sun is produced, S-O-N. And it's the sun, because the sun is perennial light, which is Or Ein Sof. The sun itself is the Or Ein Sof. And that's Tiferet, related to Yesod, and I'll be getting into this another time. But the point is, here is how the entire Or Ein Sof was concentrated into this Yesod dot, the opening of the penis, and then Hashem spread himself, the Ein Sof spread himself out, created an empty space, Chalal, an empty space, Het, Lamed, Lamed, and that is the vagina. And then there comes the Kav, which I've shown before, and that Kav brings this outside light into into the penis, so to speak, this outside light into the vagina. This is the Kav 106, which I'm going to show something, that 106 is another name of, well, I'm going to wait till you hear this one. You'll do this in the next video. And so, this entire thing of the worlds is the penis, and the light, and the energy. So not only does it look like a penis head, this is the methodology to concentrate all this into the vagina to produce the S-U-N and S-O-N. But it's polymorphous perverse into a specific area. And that specific area is Tiferet and Yesod, and both of them come from the letter Vav, and the two things of Vav. And Yesod is six, the sixth of Zirampin. And six is always sex. So this idea is that how one transforms his sexual, but the whole thing is sexual. See? So I'm not saying that societal isn't the transformation of the sexual, but the whole thing is sexual. So we're going to go from there. But I wanted to put this down. And this obviously comes from the concept of Yesod. See? Because in this depiction, the dot is, the Yud is the dot. Okay? The Samek, so this is the opening of the penis, then that's the opening of the vagina, then we have the Kav, and then we have the Dalet. The Dalet is the door. This Dalet is actually the large Dalet of the Shema. Echad. Echad. This is the doorway. This is the opening of the vagina, the doorway, the tube. It's also the dalet in the back of the head. And this opens up to a whole other area. So when you see the word Yesod, it's describing what's actually it is the secret. It's the foundation. Sod is the secret, and the opening to the hole, which is the kedusha part of Yesod, is the center dot, which is the man's whole opening to his penis.